I've been gone for a couple of weeks. Thank you, Charlie. I missed you all. I had the privilege and pleasure of being in Columbus for this year's Women of the World Poetry Slam. The first night of the event was a Wednesday, so the transporter was not working and I could not be here. But it was also a couple of days after the passing of Maria McCray. And thank you, Charlie, for grabbing this for me. I appreciate it. The performance poetry community of planet Earth has been hit really, really hard in not just the last 14 months, but really the last 2.5 years. You all have heard me tell the story of Shannon Leigh. Shannon featured here once. It was on Halloween in 2007. She passed in the summer of 2008, and with that tragic event, I became really good friends with her mother, Sheila. Text messaging, visiting, seeing her in Austin and in Chicago. And while I was in Columbus, Ohio, got the word that Sheila had been hospitalized. She was fighting complications of H1N1. This morning, Dr. Sheila Siobhan passed. 2.5 years after having the misfortune of having to see her own daughter go before her, who was a prodigy and a spark plug, and just plain amazing human being. As a mentor, as a recording and published artist, and a traveling performing poet, that's how I met Shannon, and my promise to Shannon's mother was to keep her voice alive and to remain an advocate of youth voices. Sheila was a founder of the Texas Youth Poetry Collective in Shannon's name, and she helped to coach and chaperone teams to Brave New Voices, the youth championship. And she stayed really, really active in the Austin community, but one thing that remained was she missed her daughter, something ferocious. My homeboy Seth Walker's in the building. He's from Austin. Andi Kauth, our good friend, my baby sister, are here, and we both knew Sheila, not even as well as we wanted to, but as well as we could. So if you would please for a moment, because silence stays still but sound rises, a moment of applause for a truly, truly courageous woman in the soul. And this poem was written for Shannon. It is called Tempest. Like a lot of poets, we met on the road, sharing stories like we would a glass of water. In you, I found a new friend that I could always, with a shout, a favor, brotherly teasing, an ocean spirit with stories that should be scribbled on every bottled message. Days before your diving accident, our slam team wrangled ideas into performance. Searching for topics, coach asked, what is the world's most difficult job? My reply, being water. Ubiquitous, its power feared, yet life-giving, destructive, and quenching. When the word came that it was water to which you had become victim, trapped in the darkness of an undersea cave, ideas for writing became hard to swallow, like drinking from a tainted reservoir, especially as we tried to pray and chant you out of a fortnight's sleep. When the word came that you were gone, it was as if you evaporated. Clouded the summer sky, became the rain, the creek of tears that ran between innocence and adulthood, the puddles in which we all saw your face, but your passing was as if a well ran dry too soon. We take for granted that the raging seas won't claim our boats, that the rivers won't flood us out of town, that life and water are at our whim. I will remember your passing as the day that you poured self into the everlasting sea that we skip wishes into, crying and laughing as you ripple back to us. We become the riverbed on which your currents rush, the vessel that brings you from the well to the village and beyond. Little sister, hot spring soul, spontaneous shower over a Midwestern Halloween, rushing rapids through urban jungles with martial discipline, waterfall heart, shapeless, ever-reaching, forming the terrain, flash flood performer dropping stanzas on stage in torrents, overwhelming anywhere you could find a dam to break. Storm of stories under which you have baptized us. A poet, of a lyricist, of a novelist, of a tsunami. A drifting ship has lost its way, Shannon. So if you would, guide it home with your name.